Welcome to Yoga by Beka. I'm Beka, and this is an evening yoga practice for those over 40. Let's start out with a deep meditation, practicing on concentrating. Breathe in deeply through your nose and breathe out. Empty your mind. Relax the top of your head all the way down. Relax your eyes. Just think about the breath going in and out of your nostrils. If your mind wanders, that's okay. Just bring it back to concentrating on feeling the air going in your nose and out of your nose. When ready, let's start up by warming up our lower back with some Sufi grinds, first going in a clockwise rotation and then a few going in the opposite direction. Now rock back and forth on your sits bones, again awakening up that very lower spine as is comfortable for your body and on the breath. Now let's do a sitting forward fold, focusing on just letting the head be heavy. We're not trying to do any deep stretching here. We're literally just changing the gravitational pull to be focused on the heaviness of our head. All the while focusing on breathing in and breathing out, staying in a concentration and a deep meditative state. Tonight's focus is mainly on prolonging each movement and focusing on the integrity of posture. We're not in a rush. Cross arms over chest and lift up the legs, imagining a string like you're a marionette pulling your legs from the top of your thighs up towards the ceiling. Now do a rowboat rolling back and forth on your sits bones, hinging with your hips on the breath. Shifting the energy from the work you just did from the tops of your thighs to your hips to give your body a bit of a break. Butterfly wide and out, bending over, doing a forward fold, letting gravity pull your head down, but not pressing it. Just let gravity do its natural thing. Afterwards, focus on your heart center coming close to the ground to improve your posture and to deepen the stretch. Straighten one leg out, the other one comes in to meet in the inside of your thigh, bending over, focusing on breathing in and out. Think about placing your heart center on the top of your thigh. Walk yourself back up into a seated position. Now let's rock back and forth into an inverted tabletop. Pulling your hips up towards the heavens, rocking back and forth gently, enjoying the stretch in your shoulders and your arms. Cross your arms over your chest, keeping the back and posture straight and lifting up those legs as though marionette strings were pulling up the top of your thighs to the ceiling. Now rowboat, hinging with the hips back and forth on the breath, to disperse the stress that you just feel on the tops of your thighs. Butterfly, but further out a bit, and lean forward into a forward fold. We're going to move on into trying to strengthen our arms to be able to get our arms trained, to be able to hold our body weight. Go into tabletop and then do a variation of tabletop by hovering the knees up a few inches off the mat. Focusing on shifting the energy and the weight to your arms. Move your hips and legs side to side, kicking out with one leg. Experimenting with getting your front arms to hold as much body weight as it can and get it used to supporting your entire body. Downward facing dog for resting time. Transition into plank. Starfish, and then wild thing. Again, starfish on the other side, and then transition into wild thing. Get your arms used to having different weights applied and shifted. Chaturanga into Sphinx pose, and then go into your seal, then back into Child's pose. Let's do a tabletop position, and let's get your wrists used to holding your weight in different positions. Fingers facing feet, fingers facing side to side. Hover those knees up in a variation of tabletop. Finding movement and strength and shifting as much weight onto our arms gradually to train them. We're going to work on our crow pose and headstand. When your wrists feel strong, tabletop. Hover the knees. We're going to strengthen our body and our upper body by doing tabletop with a variation, and then with both legs bent. Take each leg one at a time and squeeze it up to the chest, dipping your head down and tucking your chin into your chest as well, with a focus of body weight being on your arms. In between training your upper body, you can always take some breaks by going back into tabletop and maybe a moment or two in child's pose. Chaturanga, Sphinx pose, widen the legs apart, then lift up into seal. Lower down, push up into your plank, back into your downward facing dog. I like to shift my hips left and right to massage the side body. Walking yourself up. Now let's work on our abdominals, because in order to get a really good crow pose, you do need to strengthen and tighten your core. Crunch your body into a ball and release several times. Now roll on your back to massage your back a little bit. And let's practice on that crow pose. Because we're learning and because we're over 40, we can take as much time and energy into this. First, I'm going to start on my headstand to practice that. And now I'm going to work on my crow. If you fall, no worries. I fall all the time. There's no such thing as failure when you fall. It's an experience, and it's your body learning how to support itself in different spaces. Feel uplifted. Tighten your core. Find a focal point. Now that we've practiced, gotten some experience under our belt for this evening, that's enough for now. Do a wide-legged stretch. Stretch left and right. Have a wonderful evening, and thanks for working out with me.